Good morning, lovely people. Welcome back to the channel. This is ABL Reselling and I'm Dave Keith. It's 5 o'clock on a Sunday morning, so obviously we go to a boot sale. I was actually going to miss filming today because I managed to sneak in an extra day of filming yesterday at the charity shop road trip, and I am aching quite a lot today because I did hit the gym after I'd signed up. More fool me. All this fitness malarkey, it's not good for you, you know. So we've got a loose plan today. We're going to hit 2 boot sales, the first of which I've arranged to meet a supplier there to pick up some hiking boots, so hopefully he's going to come through and he hasn't forgotten. And then a little later on this morning, a bit of a later start at Blackburn, there's a boot sale that starts at 10 o'clock, so I'm going to hit that one, see what that's all about, see if we can get any treasures there. So a quick stop for coffee and some cash, and let's get on the road. It's a jacket, love.
Yeah, that's 20. The large one.
Yeah. How much are your boots, love?
Fiver.
We'll do £5 for those.
Good idea, that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, that's brilliant. Cheers, lovely.
Thank you.
How much are your leathers, bud?
30 quid a pair. Then I know I was trying to sell them. I've had my lad have them on, and he's about 5 foot. He's about 5'11".
Yeah.
About 40-inch chest, and about 32-inch waist. And they're a little bit baggy on, yeah.
Yeah.
So if it was a little bit bigger, they'd be okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was trying to sell my internet, and someone says, "Can you send some pictures of someone wearing them?" And that's roughly what, yeah. So if you're like 6 foot tall, you know, just under 6 foot, and
Yeah.
but they fit in comfortably. But if you're a little bit bigger, you could get them.
Yeah.
And then I think they're just a slight bit bigger.
Yeah, all that.
They are one of the things. With being a full suit, you better train them on, aren't you?
Of course, yeah. How much is on your road? Oh, it's a bit damaged, isn't it? Sorry.
£5. You never come with full fuel anyhow.
How much is your phone, love?
No, I don't. I mean, it's fully working.
Would you go 10?
I'll go 13.
Yeah. Thank you, lovely.
Cheers.
How much is a pot, boss?
20 quid that.
How much you got on these, what?
How much you want for those?
3 quid?
Yeah.
Bargain. Be rude to leave them.
Sorry, I said £3. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sorry. I thought I know.
It'd be rude to leave him at that. Yeah. Thank you. Cheers. How much is that, love?
£3.
Yeah, we'll do £3.
I think that's instructions for it.
Yeah. There we are.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Faith, hope and charity. Sonos fridge, mate.
Yeah, have you got the power for it? Got the power for it? Yeah, there you go.
It's a £5. I bought too many for mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you got to take the rough with the smooth at this time of year. A little bit disappointing today, and it's probably the first and only time that YouTube has shot me in the foot. Slim pickings at the boot sale today, and the second one doesn't look like it's going to happen because it's peeing it down. And although it's on hard standing, it's outdoors, so pretty confident it's not going to be worthwhile turning up. And the reason that YouTube shot me in the foot is because somebody's seen my video about meeting the guy who sold me the walking boots, that knows him and has kind of, I suppose, gazumped me really. Has gone direct to his warehouse and probably bought the rest, because he's gone from having some that he was bringing this week to none left at all. But hey ho, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So it'll likely be quite a quick roundup today, because like I say, the pickings were slim. So we'll get everything home and obviously go through what I did pick up and tell you how much I'm going to list it for. I'll see you after nap time. It sure is a soggy one out there today. I hope you guys have had more success at the boot sale than I have. I think it's always important to keep that ball rolling as far as getting out and actually attempting to pick stuff up from boot sales are concerned, because it's quite easy to get out of that routine of bothering. Nobody loves a lie-in more than I do, particularly of a weekend, but if you can motivate yourself to get out and about, that's where you're most likely to find stuff, obviously. Does that mean that sound like a bit like Brum Reseller? Respects to you, John. The total amount spent today was just £40, and for that I picked up only 6 items. I say only 6 items, but obviously that's topping up the stock a bit. And of course it's going to be worth my while. As per usual, I'm going to strap the GoPro to my head and take you through what I picked up and how much it's getting listed for. Here we go. So nothing too juicy today, and obviously this is going to take no time at all to go through. First up is this brand spanking new Land Yachts skateboard. From the look of the sticker that's on it, it looks like it's come from Amazon stock for some reason. Anyway, it's in obviously pristine, brand spanking new condition. It feels pretty good quality as well. The reason I picked this board up, it wasn't because of the brand, because I mean there are some Land Yachts comps for longboards on that rank pretty highly value wise, but not any at all really for standard skateboards. The reason I still pick this up though is because I have sold quite a number of this type of skateboard, both new and used. The decals sell them strongly anyway, and they're all, even used, as long as they're not tatty, can still fetch reasonable enough money. Only downside to it is usually I don't get a box with them, and they're a pain in the chuff to wrap if you haven't got a box. But this one has, so like I say, it's brand spanking new, even got its tools with it. I've been selling skateboards like that second hand for around about the £20 to £25 mark. Various brands, obviously, again, nothing special. So because this is brand spanking new and it's got its tools, so on and so forth, I'm going to stick a listing value on that of £30. Next, this is almost certainly the purchase of the day. Paid very, very little for this Humax Freeview DVD recorder. The model on this is a HDR 1800T. Not entirely sure the size of the hard drive on this, but when you check it, Humax across the board are pretty good news. But checking the back, if it's got HDMI port, then those are the ones particularly to look out for, because obviously most devices are HDMI these days. It's got a HDMI lead with it and its power cable, and also it's manual, and for some strange reason 2 remotes. I'm not entirely sure which is actually for this device, but I have sold the remotes on their own for reasonable money, probably about say reasonable money, about 10 to 15 pound. This one hasn't got its bottom slider, but I can quite easily test that anyway to make sure it's working and list that accordingly, assuming it's that one that's not for this device. Obviously a little bit of a dink in the top, and obviously your standard minor scuffs and scrapes. Listing value on the Humax DVD recorder, Freeview recorder should I say, is £45. Next, this is obviously a personal CD player, the Philips AX2330. Pretty cool looking device, actually got a screen on it. Checking inside where the batteries go. Battery compartment is clear of any corrosion and debris, any signs of leak. This is what you need to be checking on devices like this, or anything that takes batteries really, if you can. Make sure there's no signs of leak in there. Pretty good condition overall. There's no headphones with this, but for hygiene reasons I wouldn't sell second-hand headphones anyway, unless they're the on-ear ones and they are in absolutely mint condition. I certainly wouldn't sell in-ear earphones second-hand, because like I say, because of hygiene reasons. So I'm just going to list that without, because I'm pretty sure I've run out of on-ear headphones to bundle with it. Listing value on that Philips personal CD player, £20. Not picked up one of these for a while. It's the old style telephone. This is the BT Tele 8746G. Originally rented from BT. Now the seller tells me this works perfectly. I mean, obviously most sellers will tell you that anyway. I usually just take that kind of stuff with a pinch of salt. Unfortunately though, the only downside to this, it would have had a plastic insert in the center of the dial with your emergency number on it and whatnot, and I would imagine that's going to be quite difficult to replace. So obviously I'll mention that in the listing. Cosmetically, this is in really great condition actually. I mean, there's obvious signs of wear and discoloration, but certainly probably a lot less than you might expect. Now some of the older phones, particularly the Bakelite ones, which if you're not familiar with Bakelite, it's almost like a plastic, but like a porcelainy feel to it type plastic. They can fetch exceptionally good money, but certainly a reasonable return on this one, because the listing value I'm going to put on it is £30. Couple of pairs of boots to finish off today. These boots, these are the Nike Ebernon, E-B-E-R-N-O-N. Just in need of a wipe down, but aside from that, extremely good condition. Comps are a little bit all over the place with these, but the standard sort of like middle of the road kind of range for the listing value is what I'm going to be aiming for in this case, and the listing value on these, £30. And last, pair of motorcycle boots from Falco. These are a size 10 or 11. There's a Euro size inside at 45. I think that's 10 or 11. Again, just in need of a wipe down. Aside from that, pretty good condition. Plenty of tread left on them. I'm fairly confident as well that these are a waterproof boot. And the listing value, again, I've put on these is £30. Now, before we get into the totals, if reselling videos are your thing and you found any kind of entertainment or value in today's video, such as it is, please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. It helps me in my sort of like mission to help other people with their reselling journey, with tips and hints on what they can be picking up and what they can be leaving alone, and learning from my mistakes, because hey, never profess to be an expert, and largely anybody who does a reselling game will tell you that the cock-ups are almost as important as the wins. All experience. But to the totals, like I say, total amount spent today was £40, and for that I picked up just 6 items. Now all the listing values that I mentioned there were going to be plus postage, of course, and the total gross listing value for all of today's pickups is £185. Obviously Q4 is still in its infancy, but this weekend has been a fairly reasonable weekend for sales for me. So what I'm going to try and do, no promises, is to what sold video tomorrow morning and get that out to you a little bit later in the week. A few items in there of interest that you may want to be looking out for yourselves. So stay tuned for that. The best way to stay tuned, of course, is smashing that subscribe button and hitting the notification bell to get a notification of next time I post a video up. Now, people who are coming back to these videos time and time again will know how much I appreciate the support for the channel. Of course, I'm not doing it entirely selflessly. The feedback I get from you guys about stuff that I've missed at boot sales and such like is invaluable to me. So obviously if you've spotted anything in today's video that I've missed, hit me up in the comment section below. But it means the world to me that you take the time out of your day to watch these videos anyway, and I very much appreciate the support. Until next time, I've been Dave Keith, you've been amazing. See you soon, bye.